Okay, guys, so the way to do this on Raspbian, obviously you want to, first of all, you want to make sure that you have, um, you know what, curl, GNU, PG, basically have all of these going. I'm going to copy it and I'm just going to show you guys right here. And let me actually restart this session because there we go. So you want to make sure all of these are installed, okay, which they are, okay. GNU, PG, make sure all those are installed. See, it says nothing needed. You don't need to do that on Debian, but on Raspberry Pi 2 you should. Next up, you want to do the curl. You want to do this thing, which adds the key. You see how it says etc. OS release echo. That's the best way to do it because it's just gonna grab what your thing is, which I really like. So again, I'm just gonna kind of extend it and just hopefully you guys can kind of see that here. And let me just transform and fit it again so you can kind of see. Okay, so you see this etc. OS release echo ID. Basically, it's going to put in the fact that it's Debian or whatever. I was trying to put Raspbian earlier and it was just failing over and over. My bad, I'm not well versed in Raspbian, but this is how you want to do this. And this will just put Linux / Debian / GPG basically. So it's going to give me this type of shit. Unable to resolve host, which is fine. And then it's going to say okay. And then you're going to want to, let me see here. Want to do pretty much remember you're going to do something like this here. I'm just going to post it here. You can add it right into your sources list, but it's called deb arch armhf for Raspberry Pi. For Debian or whatever your thing is, it should just be AMD64, Docker, Linux, and then the OS release ID. We already know that's going to be Debian, Ubuntu, one of those. LSB releases the obvious name like Jesse, Stretch, Buster, and all that, and then stable. So this is already, you can just do it that way, and then you can pretty much just do add apt repository. So this is how I do it. Oop, what happened? There we go, like this. Add apt repository like that, and you can hit enter. Okay, I already did that, so I'm not going to do that again here. But then you want to go, and if you look at this window, you can see I updated it, and it actually just started showing those. Those weren't showing before. So it was probably just the wrong policy or whatever. But if I do cache policy like Docker CE, it's picking up Docker CE under Debian, Buster, Stable, RMHF packages, which is great news. So then you want to do, you just want to install it. It's pretty straightforward. Now you can go apt-get, or there's many ways to do it really, but once that's in there, okay, once that's in there, you just want to do apt install Docker CE, oops, command line interface, and container is really important. So hopefully it should be able to grab all those for Raspbian. If not, I give up. Oh, thank God. Look at that. 4 newly installed. It did it. Huzzah. Okay, so then I go, yes, please. So it says the following packages will be installed: containerd.io, Docker CE, Docker CE CLI, Docker CE rootless extras. Just hit yes. Doesn't matter. Don't be a hero. Just hit yes. Just hit yes. Don't be a hero. So while that's going, it's just going to be going here, and it's just going to be grabbing it from that Docker repo here. Very fun stuff. Great news. So it's going slowly but surely. It is installing. By the way, you don't need Docker CE rootless extras, so you can probably uninstall that. I know, kind of annoying. Another way to install it is just to do, you know, how I did the install, which is apt install Docker CE blah 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 blah. But you can actually put --no--install--recommends, and it just won't recommend that crap. So yeah, that's my bad. Okay, everything is done now, and now let's verify if Docker has actually been installed properly. And the way we can do that here is really simple. You can go Docker run rm arm32v7 hello world for Raspbian. Let's see if this pops up. There we go. I think it's working. It's gonna work. There we go. Hello from Docker. This installation shows your thing appears to be working correctly. See, everything worked just beautifully. Okay, so the Docker installation is working. There is a caveat with running Docker on Raspberry Pi. Since those devices don't run on AMD 64, but rather have ARM-based CPUs, you won't be able to use every package on the Docker Hub. You need to look for images distributed by ARM32v7 organization, aka called ARMHF before. Good news is that the ARM32v7 organization, or ARMHF, is officially supported by Docker. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and just try to get this done here. Now, I'm going to try to do Heimdall, and I'm not really sure if there's a ARMHF image for it. I'm going to see, though. It may really not be supported here. Let's take a look. Heimdall. Okay. So let's see. Heimdall is very possible not on this. Anyways, we're just gonna. I'll just try. And let's just go ahead and just make sure that the process is there, though. By typing system ctl status docker, it is running and it's active and it's good to go. So first off, I already know. Okay. So we're gonna just quickly make a directory under home, mic, Docker, and once we've done that, we're gonna actually create the Docker. And remember, this directory I just made, because I made it as root, it's gonna be owned by root, so you're probably gonna want to change that under WinSCP, which I'm doing right now. You can't see it, but I'm doing it. Done. It's changed to mic. And now I'm going to create the Docker. So, and I'm going to go ahead and do Docker. And I'm just on a notepad here. I'm just going to go ahead and just, okay, so we're going to go Docker. Run, name, home, mic, Docker, okay, Docker, Heimdall. Now this is creating the config file. And then it's creating the ports. And then this is actually created, the P8080 means, listen, 8080 would be the HTTP side, and 8443 would be equivalent to the HTTPS, or what's commonly under port 443, right? So that's all that's saying. Linux server, Heimdall, okay. I think that should be fine. I'm not sure. But we're just going to go ahead and try to hit this and hope to God that works. There we go. Oh my God. Holy shit, we're doing it. Let's hope this works for ARMHF, which is what Raspbian is. And if not, God damn it. Yeah, it's pulling it. This will run Heimdall as, you know, the user PIGD 1000, user 1000. So it's just going to run it on the user level, which is nice. And it's pulling it. It's working. It really is working, you guys. Okay, so now it's saying downloading newer image for Linux server / Heimdall. Hopefully this shit works. Okay. Okay. I think that's good. And Okay. Everything looks fine. So let's go ahead and just check Docker status. Docker. Oops. Docker lists. There's Heimdall. It says it started 58 seconds ago. Port 000, 8080, 8443. So now, guys, we're just going to go on to my desktop here. And I'm going to try to access it on Chrome. So let's go ahead and try to access this Heimdall. And I'm going to try to go 8080. Oh. Connection refused. Not really sure why that's happening. Okay, guys, so what happened was I went to the website and it said nothing was there, despite my container actually listing it as working a minute ago. And then, so the key was just remember. After this is done, just go ahead and do system ctl restart nginx. And then that's just going to just show the page again in case there's an issue. It just restarts nginx. And now if you guys check out the screen here, you can see that when I go to port 8080, okay, Heimdall pops right up. Look at that. So now we have Heimdall. Now that I have Heimdall here, what is Heimdall? So basically you can pin an item, okay? But let me go down here onto this screen. It's slow. Remember, this is a Raspberry Pi, so we're going to update the app list. Just remember, really slow. Add application. And then under here, you can start putting in like sonar. And then it'll automatically like pick out, look at that, and then you can hit save. And you enter the URL to sonar. And basically it's just a cool dashboard, so you don't have to type in 192.168.1.42.76265, whatever it is for sonar. Sonar will have its own port. Radar will have its own port, so you wouldn't need to do all this crap. You could just go onto here, onto Heimdall. One cool thing I want to show you guys that you can do is something called reverse proxy. Reverse proxy is a very simple thing. You go onto your web client or whatever it is. So I'm just gonna just show you guys on here real quick. Reverse proxy is just you go under etc. nginx, okay, and sites available default, and you're gonna edit the following. So see how it says location RuTorrent, and so when you type /RuTorrent, it kind of just goes to RuTorrent without you having to type, it kind of just finds, like /RuTorrent just kind of figures out where it's meant to go. So RuTorrent is also on its own port. I kind of forget which one. I think it's just port. Can't just be port 80, but some port, right? So what this does is it just enables you to essentially go to the websites with like a special, name, /radar, /sonar. So if you take a look at my other configuration here, you can see what I did. Heimdall, I did location /hub. And what it does is it does a proxy pass to whatever the port was, 8080. So when I type in /hub with the IP address, I don't even have to put 8080. It assumes it's 8080 and it leads it there. So it's always under, let's see, the first server, under the server tab, and the location, auth base restricted, same thing. It figures that out by itself. RuTorrent, it already knows, okay, this is, conf.d /php. If we looked at it, I'm sure it would, let's just go ahead and look at it. Conf.d php edit. So I'm not really sure how, see, it says index.php. So it's able to pick up something that, you get what I'm saying? It's able to pick up RuTorrent somehow. But anyways, guys, well, actually, RuTorrent is the folder. So this actually isn't a reverse proxy. This is just saying, hey, listen, the RuTorrent location should have a password file. Okay, my bad, guys. But you can also do a reverse proxy, which is just, hey, look, I want the /hub, because there is nothing under var www, right? Because there's a RuTorrent folder in that. This is telling it to put a password there, but this /hub is nothing. And so proxy pass tells it to pass this IP address into this /hub. Okay? I know, it's just bear with me, just think about it again. But it makes sense. So I did /hub. Now, You can do reverse proxies for sonar and radar, but it's stupid because once you have the hub working, you really don't fucking need any of that bullshit. So now guys, now that we have this Heimdall working, I want to go ahead and start doing the install for Docker. Not Docker, what am I talking about? Radar, okay? Radar. So, okay. So let's try this, and so let's first of all, if I go to the radar server guide, and I'll show you guys what I'm following just to maintain openness. I'm just simply following this guide. Nope, wrong guide. This guide. See this? Server. This is the guide I'm following. So you can follow along, or you can just watch the video. I'm gonna follow it. Hope for the best. Okay. So according to this guide, we want to do curl, but I already have curl, so I'm going to do apt install media info and SQLite 3. This is a netcore install, and media info is already there. SQLite 3 isn't there. We'll hit yes. Yes, please. Okay. And guys, the reason I'm making this video is just so that you don't have to have those fucking questions that I did when I installed it. And I'm also making this for myself. Know that I'm making it for myself as well, just so I can figure out what the hell is going on in the future when I forget. So now we want to go ahead and download a file onto there. Basically, look, it's a fancy way for downloading something that's like a .tar.gz. It's the binary files for radar. I just like going to the download page. Okay, I keep it, I don't fuck with Linux as much as I need to, but right here it says you can alternatively go here on the GitHub, grab the latest one for your fucking system or whatever. And in this case, ours is ARM, just ARM or ARM HF. And tell me when you guys see that. It's not ARM64. It's ARM HF. Pretty sure. So go ahead and grab this guy. Which one's just the Linux one? Which one's just Linux? What is that one? Probably 32-bit, I'm guessing. Yeah, probably. So ARM, I grabbed it. There it is. It's a tar file. I open it, and there's the radar stuff. This folder I'm going to extract into one of my documents, okay? My documents folder. Probably that Metro folder. 4A games, and then just extract it in there. Okay. Now the radar folder is in there. Now I'm going to use WinSCP to just slap that in. Just slap that back in there. Under opt. Okay, opt. And they wanted you to just put it under just /opt. Move radar into opt. And then change its ownership. So, okay. So there we go. It's copying over. And then you're going to change the ownership to... So on this guide, they use a user called radar. Don't do that. Use the user that will be the same exact user for your download directory. So radar is just a really bad fucking idea. Use the same user that you use for RuTorrent. Because if you do radar is not going to be able to write to the RuTorrent directory. And I don't know why they do this, but they actually put here, this is assuming you created a user named radar. I don't know why the hell. Maybe I'll update this myself. Can I edit this myself? No, I can't. I can't edit their wiki myself because this is really bad advice. I'm not going to go over auto start using systemd or anything like that. It's all pretty straightforward. Okay. And we're not going to cover Docker or any of that crap. So right-click properties and make this 1000, which is usually your first user. Okay. And in my case, that should put it to Mike. Let's see. There we go. It says Mike. You see that? Mike. Mike is there. And I'll just check it myself under my opt folder here, though I put it under media. RW, what's the permissions I put? 755. Okay. So, you know, I did that. Jacket can be media server. It could be any other user. It doesn't have to be, but I put, just always try to do, okay, containered. Okay. So that's done. And now it says you can start the radar using the following command. Opt radar, blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm wondering where's the port or whatever. How, you know. Really not a proper guide here. But anyways, let's go ahead and just start it. And I'll go back to this page here because I feel like it's really important. So I'm going to go /opt/radar/radar. That's the binary. No browser. If that pops an error, we got the wrong file. Starting radar. There we go. It's bootstrapping. Now, if it's the wrong architecture, if any error happens, I got the wrong one. Bunch of stuff going on here. Moving a bunch of stuff. Starting web server, and now you can see it's starting 2 threads. It's doing everything that it needs to be doing. So it went ahead and it says starting 2 threads. I'm just waiting for that to finish through. So it says it's listing on 7878. I think it's actually ready to go. But let me take a look here. So I think this is ready. I think it's done. Let me go to 7878 and just see. Maybe it's just me. Mm-hmm. So okay, I didn't need to type that. That was just kind of a lame idea. Let's go under System D. And System D is just basically basically how it starts. It's an auto start. And under here, let me see here. Oh, it did not create it for me. Ha 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 ha, shit. So I forgot to install auto start using System D. So I should have created it. So it's going to be under this folder. And it's just supposed to be called a conf file. The bottom line is just it tells, you know, how to start it, the data path for it. Let me just show you guys what it should do. System D. Mine is called System. Oh, system. Oh, okay. So it's not on the one we did just now. Pretty sure. Docker's there. Yeah, it's not on here. So I have to create it, and it pretty much just looks like this. And the data file is literally just this thing. So I'll just go ahead and download this. Make my life easier. And you go ahead and just upload. I'm going to upload this in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it the root permissions. It already has them. Yay. So all I'm going to do now here is just edit it. User, mic, group, mic. And opt, no media server, just opt, radar, no browser, opt, media server. You know, we could actually just create a different config file. That's the nice part about this. So don't run it like I did before using the run command. It's stupid. Just go ahead and just do this. So let me go ahead and go to the root folder. And I'll just delete the config folder because it's unnecessary. And then I'll just go ahead and go to opt, radar, or just opt-config / radar and just put it in the opt folder. Hit save. Okay, now that's done. So now there's something called radar ... service, and now we go back into our handy dandy video capture device here, and you go service enable. You have to actually do daemon or something like that. I think it's been, I don't know, I forgot. So sue me. Or I could do systemctl enable. Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to enable and start the unit service file. So, so give me 1 second here, just to ensure that I did this right. Okay. So So, since the root will be running it, okay, since the root user is running it, I'm just going to give the root user permission, you know, for that. So anyway, system CTL enable. It's going to give some error like you should have enabled daemon or something. Oh. Guess not. I forget where it does this. Where do you do system CTL daemon reload? Oh, that's for Nginx. You know when you're doing the reverse proxy, that's what that happens. Because new generators or updated configuration, like sites available, whatever. You know how you do reverse proxy? Then you'll do daemon reload. So my bad, mixed up the two. And then we're just going to do system CTL start. Now notice if I put radar.service, it is cap sensitive. So you have to be like that. And now if I do status, let's make sure it's running. Yeah, see that? Everything is running. Radar is running. Now, if I go into this thing, if I go into here somewhere, okay, under the opt folder, radar, or config, it should be a config folder here. Oh God, okay. Let me see. Let's just bear with me. Doesn't seem to be working. So let me go ahead. It says radar is working, but etc. System D, system radar. Just logging into my other one. Yeah, I did that. It's weird. Opt radar. I mean, I'm into that. opt/.config.radar. That should have made it for me, but it's not. Why don't we just go ahead and restart Nginx? Because I'm getting desperate at this point. And just go ahead and hit restart on radar service, and now let's try to access it. Okay. So I really don't get what occurred here, but it didn't enable the port for whatever reason. You can just reboot, but this should have worked. I'm not sure why it's not working. It says loaded system D system radar.service enabled. Everything looks fine. It just didn't freaking start the command, I guess. Fascinating is the word that I would use for this. So let me just go. I'm just going to go ahead and try this real quick. And we'll just do this. No browser data equals. And then I'm pretty sure that's the issue because the data is not defined. So data equals opt.config radar. How about that? Just make that shit there. Just make it there. We go. This should do it. I have a real good feeling. So it says, okay, starting it, and then it should put it under the opt folder. If I did this right. Because there was nothing showing in the opt folder. Okay, now you see how it says, okay, it's doing stuff, migrating, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. Did it create the folder? Config? There it is. Now there's a config folder. Hallelujah. Wow, that was unnecessary. And I keep referencing my other setup just because, you know, Raspbian's a little difficult, and so I'm trying to make sure, you know. Okay, let's go back to this. Oh no. Oh wow. Uh-oh. I'll press enter to exit here, but I think let me see something. Let me see now. Hold on. Let's try to go to it. So let's go ahead and just try this. Let's try netstat tulpen. Nope, that didn't work. Let's go ahead and just reboot. Reboot. And hopefully this should fix all that crap. This might fuck up the Docker Heimdall because, you know, I think doesn't automatically get loaded up again, but okay. Oops. Yeah, see, there's nothing. No more Heimdall. Which is fine, because I'm just trying to get fucking... So let's do system, CTL, status, radar.service. Epic fail. Oh, the config... So, okay, restarting did work. Except I forgot to make the config folder writable. So let's just write it, make it writable. I guess. So let's just go ahead and go into the config folder and make it writable by I don't know what it wants. It says it's not writable, but it is just by root. So we'll just change it to Mike. Same thing, Mike. Okay, properties, set group. Because the radar is technically running as Mike, but oh yeah, I have to. Shit, I fucked up. Yeah, the config folder has to be the same. Come on, guys, come on. I should have known this. Okay, it should be the same user that radar runs under. So we're just now I can just do systemctl stop radar.service and just restart it. And now the status, there we go. Started. No errors. Okay. Now if I were to go to 7878, whatever the hell it is, let's do that. 7878. It's loading something. Come on. Come on, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? There we go. Look guys, look. Look, it worked. I had to restart Nginx because it was giving an error again. Oh god, that took way too long. Anyways, there's radar, system, no download client, no indexer, no nothing. Wow, look at that. I only have 4 gigabytes of the Raspberry Pi folder left. And again, don't try to run it under no browser. Try to create the radar service and enable it, and then that should create the folder. But if it doesn't, feel free to if it gives you an error it gave me an error, but it shouldn't give you guys an error if you do it that way. So status, everything's there, everything's there, everything there. Now the only thing that's not there is now Heimdall. Heimdall is gone because I rebooted. Pretty straightforward to get Heimdall back up and working, I guess. Is just quickly trying to find Heimdall here. So we're going to do docker run blah 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 Heimdall. So it's claiming that the Docker already exists, which is ridiculous, because no way in hell it does. So I had to do docker remove Heimdall, rm Heimdall, because it said it was being used. I went ahead and removed it. And now Heimdall is still not working. Come on. Fucking stop. It's fucking ridiculous. Huh? Oh yeah, remember every time you start Docker, God, Heimdall, you have to go system ctl restart nginx. Oh god, I keep forgetting that. Come on, come on. Stop this shit. Really? It's getting really annoying. Okay, clearly that didn't work. Docker stop. Docker remove. There we go. Let's start it up again. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Ah. I didn't really even do anything and now it works. Good God. Okay. This is why I don't like Raspberry Pi. Anyways, now that that's done, we have Heimdall back from the grave. And it's working. It's there. And now we also have radar. Okay. We got radar too. So if I go to 7878, now I got radar. And how are you going to set up radar is you're just going to go to media management. This is where you add the root folder and it'll tell you everything. It'll be like, okay, this is where, so mine would be home, mic, and then RuTorrent creates a folder, but you can create a downloads and then make sure it's writable by the same user as radar. So you see what I mean? Like, you see what I'm saying? When you set up RuTorrent, you have to give it a user, so it has to be the same user as RuTorrent, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't say that, but then you go to settings, download clients, add RuTorrent, and for my case, don't do localhost, enter the actual IP address, okay? 8080, just do port 80. Port is, so RPC2, when using RuTorrent, this is usually RPC2. No, it's this one. Or path to RuTorrent, which would just be this. And then you just hit test. It's going to give me, oh, oop, I didn't put a name in there. RuTorrent test. Oh. Okay. What the hell? It has an issue. Go fucking figure. Oh, the issue being I forgot the username. There we go. Mike and okay. So that's it. That's how it should be. Look, watch what happens if I do localhost. This is why it's a bad idea. Because it's going to use the wide area network, and that's not what RuTorrent is configured to be allowed to be connected from. Remember when we first set up RuTorrent, it goes, what's the IP address of your server? So if you do 192.168, you better stick to it. Localhost does not go by 192.168. It goes by the wide area network, which is like 47 point whatever. So there we go. Test. Hit save. What's the issue here? Now what's the issue? What just happened? It was fine. Now it's like giving me errors. Are you fucking kidding me? Host is 192. What is the problem? All of a sudden this thing has a problem now. Jesus Christ. I fucking kid you not. Unable to add a new... What? What is your fucking problem, my guy? What is your fucking problem, my guy? What is happening? Entered blocking state. Entered disabled state. Link becomes ready. Link is not ready. Link is ready. Link is not ready. What the fuck? You guys believe this shit? Can't make it up. So Docker is clearly losing its fucking mind. Everything is losing its fucking mind. This is probably an internet thing. There it is. RuTorrent is on there. Test it. Way to go. Save it. There's RuTorrent. Okay. Now Heimdall... I'm going to do a reverse proxy on that using WinSCP. What is reverse proxy? Again, it's just simply something that can be referred to by Nginx, the web server. And it just gives it a fancier frou-frou name. So Nginx, sites enabled, go to sites available default. This is how I do it. This isn't how you have to do it. Location RuTorrent. I'm going to just go ahead and pull up my existing Nginx file. Okay. Nginx, sites enabled, default. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy this hub one over. Okay, very simple. Slap it on top, save it over, hub. And just put 42 here, not 80. There we go. And just give it a quick restart. Okay, just give it a quick restart. And just go system ctl restart Nginx. Okay. Let's go into Heimdall. Make sure it's still working. It is working. Now look what happens. /hub. Look at that. That's what reverse proxy does. Notice the URL right there? You notice that? I went from 8080 to just hub. And now you can just go ahead and... I'm not going to go over Sonar installation. That's super easy. Radar is the more difficult one. But Radar, it's going to pick that up. It says, okay, what's the URL? So mine is, right, / or it's just 7878, right? Config, if different to the main URL, API key. I don't know what all that is about, but I'm just going to hit save. And hit Radar. Oh. That's right, you have to do HTTP. Don't forget that. Don't forget HTTP, guys. You're screwed. Don't forget the HTTP. And now go to Radar. Oh, God's sake. Oh, and I actually put the wrong IP. I put 0. Oh my god. I forgot a digit. You see that? SSS.42. That's bad. Save. Okay. Making a lot of mistakes, guys, but ta-da! There you go. There you go. Everything's working. Okay, guys. So what did we do? We installed RuTorrent. We installed a theme. I failed a lot trying to install Heimdall on Radar, but I showed you guys it's all a matter of just restarting Nginx over and over and all that crap. And now it's pretty simple. Sonar's easy. Everything's pretty straightforward after this point. So I hope these videos helped. I'm going to edit the shit out of them, and if anything's confusing, I apologize. Just ask me any questions. I did my best. See you later.